What have you learned since being around him, watching the way that he operates, watching his systems, his staff, his demeanor? Was there anything that you took away from spending time with
Yeah,
him?
that guy's like, I mean, when that guy walks into a room, obviously he just soaks up obviously all the attention in the room. That's one thing I noticed too. One thing I noticed about him too is like, yeah, he likes to get everybody's opinion, whether you're like his most trusted advisor or someone like me or someone that is just in the room. He's always asking people, what do you think about this? 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 I noticed that he does that a lot. And I think he's just like subconsciously like kind of it's like a poll he does. And I've noticed that he does that a lot. He's always asking people what they think of something. And then I think that's how he kind of makes decisions as well. It's interesting.
I've heard a lot of criticism around, sort of shallow, fragile ego thing, not necessarily wanting to hear other people that tell him no or that say things that he doesn't fully understand. But on the flip side, I've also heard a lot of that he's always asking like servers in restaurants and the golf caddy for what their opinion is on stuff. So you have this odd dichotomy thing going on.
Yeah, he definitely loves himself. There's no question about that. But you're right. Yeah, exactly. If you're at a golf course, he's talking to like the back shop guys. Like he's a people's person, which I find very interesting. I think that's one of his little secrets.
And you guys got kind of involved in politics a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We worked with like an organization called Send the Vote. So they were like a bipartisan organization, and it was just about helping people register to vote. So we kind of pushed that on our like social media and stuff because obviously NELC, we kind of own that male 18 to 35 vote. So yeah, we were responsible for like hundreds of thousands of people registering to vote, which was pretty crazy. Like after the election, like people were coming up to me on the street and like thanking me. Like I'd be at the gym and people were like walking up to me being like, yo, thank you. Like, thank you for what you did. Like, it was kind of like weird, I don't know. I just feel so normal. And we were just kind of doing what our heart felt. Like we were obviously big Trump supporters. So yeah, that whole election was crazy. And then Dana White shouted us out in that, the post-election speech. Like we were the first ones to get shouted out. So that whole thing was just surreal. And I'm from Canada, so like I'm not even. I can't even vote. I can't even vote. So like for me to get shouted out in the post-election speech, like my parents are like, "What the?" Like everyone's just like, "What? This is a simulation."
It is bizarre, the crossing over of independent media with mainstream political discourse.
Well, that's what we saw this election, right? I guess all the old news networks now are fascinated, and I had to do a bunch of interviews after that election too, and they're all fascinated with. How did the internet win this election? Why are young people so obsessed with the internet? Why do they watch podcasts? Like these people are old. They have no fucking clue what like you and I are doing. Like they really don't. For us, it makes so much sense. Like Trump goes on Joe Rogan, like obviously that's going to be big. But for them, they're like, why was that Joe Rogan thing so big? Like they're that stupid.
Yeah, it's odd. I think I take for granted a lot of stuff that to me seems like a normal assumption. It's like, obviously this reaches a lot of people. Obviously 18 to 35-year-old guys are spending more time on YouTube than they are on CNN or MSNBC.
Yeah.
Like who wouldn't have thought that? And the fact that there's people to whom that is a revelation really made me realize just how split off and echo chambered not only the messages that you get within social media, but even medias themselves now.
Yeah, I think we probably take the knowledge that like you and I have for granted, right?
Hugely.
It's just, it's so normal. It's so a part of our everyday lives. But yeah, for especially for older people, they have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, so the impact.
It's very powerful what we have. Obviously, we both own it's almost like we own our own network, right? Like we do. So we're in a good spot. Do you think
about, have you got to the stage where there's this sense of responsibility or obligation with sort of what you're doing, what you're saying? We were talking about this in the gym earlier on, that as the platform grows, how much of a obligation do you have? Or can you still just, I'm here having fun, just doing my thing, bro? Like, I don't know, if you reach a couple of 100 million people a month, that it changes.
the key to Nelk has always just been as best as we can, just trying to stay true to like what I think and what I think is funny. Like, I actually like Trump. That's why I fucking supported him. I didn't do it for any other reason. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't like him, I wouldn't have supported him. It's simple as that. So I try to stick to that as much as I possibly can. But yeah, obviously, as you get bigger, I guess there is more responsibility. But we're so lucky with our fan base that we've always been like the quote unquote like bad guys or like scumbags. So it's not like we were like Jake Paul or like Logan Paul or like David Dobrik that were more
Squeaky clean.
You know what I mean? And you're waiting.
What did you expect?
You're waiting for them to make a mistake. Like they're perfect. And then boom, when they make a mistake, they get canceled. For us, we've just been scumbags. Like we started as scumbags. We've never been good guys. Like we've been getting arrested since 10 years ago. We've been with people, messing with people. So if anything, we've gotten like, we've actually improved.
More responsible.
We've improved as people.
Look at how much I've matured.
Like we're growing, we're maturing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I'm always feel blessed with too, is that, yeah, our fans just don't really give a shit.
You set such low expectations.
We set such low expectations. That's the key. Set low expectations.
Then you can't ever get worse.
Then you can never fuck up.
Yeah, that's funny. I remember Rogan saying something along the lines of everybody should always do a comedy set. Everyone should do a comedy set once so that you can go, hey, what do I know? I'm just a comedian.
Yeah.
And you get the like comedian ejector seat,
Yeah.
you know, get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
And that's the same with you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, we just do prank YouTube.
But all those guys were still like in terms of partying, I feel like we were like the first people to ever show like alcohol, even in like really YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time we went to LA, I think like, yeah, no one really showed anything. But behind the scenes, they were obviously doing the same shit, right? Or worse. Like all the squeaky clean kids were the ones like that you'd see rip and blow in the fucking Hollywood Hills bathrooms and shit. So, I swear to God. So it was like, so they're doing it behind the camera, but they have to put on this good boy image, which kind of f***s them.
Yeah, because everybody's waiting to find out that the holier than thou squeaky clean image is actually broken in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, the reverse of it being like, you know, Kyle actually went to church on Sunday. That's not a scandal.
Yeah.
But the guy that was going to church on Sunday ripping a gator tail the night before is.
Yeah.
Talk to me about
gator tail. We have a lot of the same lingo. Is UK and Canadian like?
I don't know. I guess it's just scumbag working class party people.
Right.
And it's a universal language.
Yeah, gator tail's pretty niche.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I imagine that the Aussies are exactly the same. Everyone's got their own slang. There's only so many different ways that you can talk about sniffing cocaine.
Or girls.
Exactly, buzz.
Yeah.
A quick aside, traveling should be about the journey, not send it. The chaos headset. All manner of nightmares have occurred. Traveling should be about the journey, not the chaos of packing, which is why I'm a massive fan of Nomatic. Their travel pack is the biggest game changer that I've ever played with, and it makes the entire traveling process significantly more enjoyable. They've got compartments for everything. Your laptop, your shoes, your sunglasses. So well organized that even your toothbrush will feel important. It's like the Marie Kondo of luggage. Everything has got its place. And if you're still on the fence, their products will last you literally a lifetime with a lifetime guarantee. So this is the final backpack that you ever need to buy. Plus, you can return or exchange any product within 30 days for any reason, so you can buy your new bag, try it for a month, fill it with your possessions, and if you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. And they ship internationally. Right now, you can get a 20% discount off everything from Nomatic and see all the products I use and recommend by going to the link in the description below or heading to nomatic.com/modernwisdom. That's nomatic.com/modernwisdom. I got him. Thank you very much for tuning in. Tasty Kyle episode. You enjoy that? Of course you did. A little bit more available right there if you click on it.